Hello, and welcome back to From the Source podcast, episode 15. And today we're actually going to talk about something that I was thinking about on a run one morning and also one evening. That I thought, this might be a topic that hits home a bit more than other topics that I've done so far. And like the last one, this is actually going to be a really short, snappy one, but hopefully one that everyone can relate to. And definitely something that I think about every time I pretty much go out running. So today we're going to be talking about either morning runs or night runs. I know that seems like a really simple topic to talk about, but this is going to be from like my perspective on like which parts of the day I prefer running in, and spoiler alert, I really don't prefer any. I'd probably prefer running during the day, but then even that's got its pros and cons. So please let me know in any comments on any socials, YouTube if you listen to this, or if you listen to it on Spotify or Apple now, please send us a message or comment about which type of day you prefer to run in. So is that the morning? Is that like early morning, as in like 5 a.m. or 9 a.m.? Or is that a night run just after you get from work? Or I've seen some people on my Strava that run at like 10, 11 o'clock at night and do a half marathon, which I think is just mental. So please let me know what time of day you like to run at. Be interesting to see what everyone else likes or dislikes on this topic. So morning runs, pros. I've got 4. I think I've got 4 for all of them, apart from the cons of evening runs, where I've got 3. So, pros for the mornings. It definitely is a big one in terms of building consistency early in the day. And it just gets you out of bed. It stops me kind of feeling that like a bit lazy in the day if I've not ran in the morning. It kind of links to really boosting my mood and nailing my focus. So if I don't run in the morning, I feel like so sluggish. And then by the end of the day, I'm like trying to drag myself out to go for a run. That's like most days, but some days is a bit different depending on, if you've been up all night, or like the busy week you've had, or if you've been out the night before and stuff like that. Getting up early morning is tough. So my early morning runs probably 5:30, 5:45. I'll be out, but that'll depend on the distance I'm doing. If I'm doing a half marathon, I'll try and get out, 5:30. But if it's just like a 10k tempo, I'll give myself a little bit more time and maybe do it like 7 o'clock. So yeah, it proper helps with my focus for the day. Not so much my mood. I don't know. It's probably linked actually, because I'm not focused, I'll probably be a bit moody with myself that I didn't do it. So then it does affect my mood. So yeah, it's slightly linked. One recently, but it's not a real common thing. A big pro for running in the mornings is cooler temperatures. I know we live in the UK and it's not really much, but a few weeks back when there was that massive heat wave, going out early doors was literally the only time. You're running at 9 o'clock at night and it was still 24 degrees, and I really don't like running in the heat. It just makes you piss with sweat, and then I just get annoyed, and then I get hot, and then I'm dripping wet, and then I just want to get home. So yeah, it's cooler in the morning, obviously. The roads are quieter. Not that it kind of matters to me as such, but it is nicer when it's just like peaceful. There's no cars going past. For anyone listening who kind of lives in more of a city, then I bet, it's I was going to say life changing then, but I bet it's crazy how better it is to run. You don't really, I was nearly said you don't really have to check the roads, but please look left and right. Don't get hit by a car. But yeah, it's just a lot easier to run when there's no cars about. There's always just other runners in the morning. So you give each other that runner's nod. I'm like, yeah, well done. We both dragged ourselves out of bed. So yeah, that's good. And it just promotes some healthy habits. So you get up in the morning, like I said, which is probably linked to mood, and your mood and focus is you feel good. So you want to start the day good. So, you know, for me anyway, I'll come back and I'll feel good. Then I'll have some breakfast at home. I get all my stuff sorted. Then I go to work. Usually have another snack at work because I'm just hungry because I've like kick-started that metabolism early. But then you want to keep it up during the day and kind of keep eating healthier. Whereas like if you're doing it on, which we'll come to later, but we're doing it on the night time, you've had maybe like 8 hours of really having to concentrate on what you eat and focus, because if you eat crap and then you're trying to train at night, it's just going to be a really crap session. So yeah, just promote some healthy habits and increase your productivity. And if you care a lot about your work and stuff, then it'll kickstart that, and you'll be in meetings and everyone's like, God, you're in a good mood today. It's like, yeah. It's just like that meme or GIF or video or whatever where, tell me you're a runner without telling me you're a runner. It's like, oh, I went out at 6 a.m. this morning. You probably get a lot of that, but, fuck the Karen in the office that is giving out the quality streets and telling you to eat chocolate and caramel and that's the way forward. Yeah, piss off. Like, I feel good. I've ran. Good start to the day. So yeah, that's 4 pros that I can think of. They're kind of all linked, but it's a big plus for me when I go out and run in the morning. I think, yeah, nailed the day. What else could I be doing? Look at everyone's lying in bed, doing nothing. I've really attacked the day, so it does definitely make you feel better. Another spoiler alert, if I could probably choose one for mood, I would definitely choose the morning. I think I run in the evening when I've done quite a few mornings in a week, and I just want that little bit of a rest, or it's more of a short session, like a 5-10K, which is not going to take long. So I think, yeah, I can blast it out after work. So yeah. Cons, negatives for morning runs. Only 3. In the morning, you're usually just getting up, having like 10-15 minutes, maybe a quick gel or a little espresso or something like that. But energy levels, when I go out, seem to be pretty low. So I've usually got to do a bit of a 1 or a 2K warm up, get my brain awake, get my legs moving, any stiffness and stuff like that, get that all out of your system. And then a bit of a stretch, more of a stretch than I would do, really try and like wake myself up. And I notice it more if I don't eat right or well the night before, because I try and eat well the night before and stock up with carbs. So when I wake up in the morning, I've got all them stored, rather than say eating a bagel in the warm up, which obviously is going to have a knock on effect to your session, because got hiccups. You could get indigestion and stuff like that, which then affects your training, or, you've not been to the toilet, you probably shit or piss yourself and stuff like that. But energy levels are a bit low, so getting that food in the night before really helps. So make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're kind of warming up. Those like stiff muscles and tight joints are going to be there, but you can probably change that for the morning by loosening out the night before. Not doing like a big session and then just getting straight in bed because you're like, oh, I've got to get up early in the morning. So these tight joints could be from that, or they could just be from like a lack of sleep. So if you're going to get up at 5, half 5, I'm not going to sit here and tell everyone to suck eggs and, act like their parents, but, get up, go to bed earlier. Don't stay up all night reading your phone and stuff like that. And then you'll be ready to go for the morning. And probably a big downside to morning runs that people have is like the discipline required to get up. And you just think how easy it is to sit there in bed, alarm goes off at 5, and you think, oh, I'll snooze it, 10 past, 20 past, half past. Before you know it, you're flat out again. I've done it before, and it's 6:30, and you're like, oh, I'm never going to be able to do this run now before work or before whatever I was going to do. So I'll sack it off. I'll do it tonight. And that builds into your brain and every time your alarm goes off, you basically taught yourself to snooze it. Don't worry about it. I'll do it tonight. So it does require that discipline to just be like, no. If you're awake, just get up. I know it's so easy, but as soon as you're awake, move your legs, get them out of the bed, put them on the floor. You're pretty much there. You're pretty much sorted. Just get out and do the run. So morning runs for you. So, hopefully some of those resonate with some people. If they do, let me know. If they don't, then maybe you're an evening runner, which is exactly what we're going to come on to now. So evening runs, advantages for me. You feel physically, mentally, whatever else there is, more ready. I think you've just had that time to wake up. You've obviously been awake all day, hopefully. Your body temperature's warmer, your joints have been able to move, your muscles are a bit warmer. You've had all day to stock up on your food. You've eaten well, you've got yourself ready. It's just miles better. I think if you wanted to do more of a concentrated session on, like, say, time, or hitting like certain speeds, maybe the evening runs for you. I think it would be for me, but I quite like to do these on like a lunchtime or something. You've had a little bit of food to get you going and you feel pumped enough, but I like to eat big meals in the afternoon, so I'd really struggle to do these hard sessions at night. Evening runs for me, I would rather do, so say if you're doing like a late night run, it's quite nice to just go out, a bit like in the morning, it's pretty chilled, there's not a lot of people going on, there's not a lot of noise, you can just, I sometimes do these without headphones on, and you can just run and take everything in and just chill out, and then get home, have a shower, then just get in bed, sorted. It kind of finishes the day off for me sometimes. Fueling and hydration, like I said at the start, you're physically more ready. So you've eaten during the day, energy levels are going to be high. And they'll only be high if you've eaten the right foods, which is what I was saying about the morning, is that if you're doing an evening run because you missed your morning run, you just started off in that, can't be arsed now, gutted I missed it, there's a higher chance you're going to snack on crap. And then by the time you get to your evening run, there's a higher chance that you're just going to sack it off because you've just been eating crap. So you're not fueled, you're not hydrated, you've not had any gels or electrolytes, you name it, bananas, rice, all the good carbs, eating any protein, recovered well. So by the time you get to that, you're not going to be ready for it. So this is where if you're going to stick to doing an evening run, fuel all day, get yourself ready, blast it out, happy days. And one point I've added here is that I feel like evening runs are better for those more nocturnal people. So the people that obviously like to stay up late at night and sleep in, or obviously if you're a nighttime worker, these would be more beneficial, kind of do a run before you go out, but that's basically like your morning, so it's however you want to look at it. But yeah, if you're naturally more active at night, or feel like you're more awake at night, then do them at night. If you feel like you're just more awake in the morning, or you just want to blast it out anyway and get it out of the way, just do the mornings. You must have one mate out there that's willing to just run with you in the morning. Try and find a tradesperson or something, they're normally up early. So yeah, pros for the evening runs. Negatives for the evening runs. Well, I've got three here. So some of them were the first two. So the first one I've got is they're easier to skip, and I would say probably both morning and evenings are easy to skip. But I think if you skip the morning and you've not eaten well, the evening run is also easy to skip, because you've missed it, you've woke up crap, you've had a full day working, so you've reduced your energy, and you're not feeling as strong, or just knackered. God, these hiccups. as knackered. So by the time you get home, you're like, oh, can't be bothered sticking my stuff on. I want to have my tea. I want to sit down. I don't know, the footy's on. Want to watch the footy before you know it's 7:30. You've had your tea at like 7. You got to wait a few hours for that to digest. You sat there and you're like, oh, this is 9 o'clock. Oh, I've got to do an hour. No, I'll sack it off. And what happens is you just build that in, a bit like the discipline I was talking about before. You build that in, and before you know it, you've missed 3 days. So then you run or you kill yourself in the last 4 to finish it off. And then before you know it, the next week you're tired, and there's just a knock-on effect. And when you look back at your training calendar, you're meant to be training like 4 or 5 times a week, and before you know it, you've trained like 2, 1, 2, 1, 3. And then your mates are saying like, I thought you were fit, you run a lot. And you're like, yeah, I write down that I'm going to run a lot, but I don't actually run because, I'm too busy lazing about during the day and not doing anything at night, or I'm having a nice lie-in in the morning. So, you have to pick one and just go with it. And other episodes I spoke about, like getting tips and stuff, is like join a run club, forcing you to get up, set loads of alarms that'll force you to get up, go with one of your mates, buy loads of clothes. I don't know, anything that works for you to just get yourself either up out of bed or doing it before you go to bed. So, another con for this is that it potentially can disrupt sleep. So some people, and I think this is self-inflicted, some people run too close to when they want to go to bed. So they'll literally run, get home, have a shower, go to bed. But your body's still active. And if you've left it too late to go out running, say at 10 o'clock, you've done an hour. Obviously, obvious maths here. Done an hour, you get back at 11, you have a shower, brain's still going, body's still like pumping adrenaline and just energetic. And then you're going to struggle to go to sleep. So you need to plan to like finish all your exercise and then be chilling out like maybe 2 hours before you want to go to bed. So if you look at it like that, you go to bed at 11 o'clock, you need to have everything done by 9. And then that's when if you work backwards, most people have the tea between like 6 and 7. So, when are you going to do this? You're not going to eat late at night. So this is where I kind of say, if you do it in the morning, you've not really had much prep to do beforehand. You just have done the prep the day before. So when you're waking up, you literally wake up, get dressed, quick drink, out you go. So there's pros and cons to all this, but, I bet, well, everyone does things differently. I only see the same people running in the morning, and sometimes I only see the same people running at night. So it is what it is. And yeah, when I was talking before about, a bit of mental burnout. So after a long day, motivation's on its arse. It just needs one thing. Like, everyone has an excuse, like, you hardly see your mates, and then your mates text you at night saying you want to go to the pub, and you're like, yeah, of course I'll go, because you don't want to run. So you'll find anything to stop you from going out and doing what you want to do. So it's a tough one. And then, like I mentioned before, there's lunchtime runs or midday runs in all of this. They're probably my favourite. But, everyone can't do them all the time, and obviously working and stuff like that. So that's around schedule. But probably a midday run if I was retired, which I'm way off that, retired, or, anything else, I'd probably do lunchtime runs. So this whole episode just came from me running one time and saw a guy, and then I was like, might do an episode about this, because I seem to think about it a lot, and I wonder if everyone else does. So yeah, if you're a morning runner, let me know. If you're an evening runner, let me know. If you just run at random times, midnight runner, whatever you want to call it, let me know. Comment in the comments, obviously. Please like and share the videos. Please let me know how I'm doing. Please, let me know how you want me to improve this, or just generally just give me some good or bad advice. I'm trying to pump out as much content as I can. Obviously, YouTube Shorts, Instagram, TikTok, the long form YouTube. I'm currently trying to do a podcast website myself, that'll put kind of blog posts on there about some episodes, some topics I'm interested in, have links to to listen to the podcasts and stuff. I'm going to add like a little section form in there where people can put in ideas of like what they want to talk about. Yeah, I'm just kind of freeballing a minute, but that's something I'm working on the side. But yeah, enough of that. Please like, share, comment on the videos, and I will see you on the next one.